baffled by abundance. But when they saw him walking on the sea, they thought it was a ghost and cried out, for they all saw him and were terrified. But immediately he spoke to them and said, "Take heart, it is I. Do not be afraid." Then he got into the boat with them, and the wind ceased. And they were utterly astounded, for they did not understand about the loaves, but their hearts were hardened. Mark 6:49-52. Earlier in this text, Jesus has just performed his great drama of abundance. He took the loaves and the fish. He blessed them, he broke them, and he gave them. He did his 4 big defining verbs. He took, he blessed, he broke, he gave. There was enough bread for 5,000 men and 12 baskets of surplus. Loaves abound. But then, as Mark likes to say, immediately, they were in a boat with an adverse wind. They were straining at the oars against the wind. He came toward them, this agent of abundance, in the middle of the storm. He walked atop the waters, right on the surface of surly chaos. He is the ruler of the chaos that jeopardized them. He surprised them and scared them because he was not where they expected him to be. They never expected him to glide over the chaos. They did not expect him to see him amid the storm. They surely did not expect to see him amid the chaos that had, until he showed, seemed so threatening. Immediately, he spoke to them. He said, "Have courage. It is I. Do not fear." He spoke the classic assurance of calm, the one Isaiah spoke to the exiles, the one the angel spoke to the shepherds at the birth, the one the angel will speak at the empty Easter tomb, and the one every parent speaks in the midst of a child's nightmare. Do not be afraid. I am right here. Do not fear. It is I. I am in the midst of the storm. I who tamed hunger can manage chaos. Mark adds a verse to explain why the disciples were terrified, why they lacked confidence in him, and why they lacked categories through which to discern his transformative power. They could not understand about the loaves, 12 baskets surplus wrought out of 5 loaves and a few fish. They could not understand that the Lord of abundance had changed everything. And they could not understand because their hearts were hard or dull or obtuse or blind. They were not about to engage in the new reality in front of them. Well, here is the news. God's Spirit is at work on heart transplants. God's Spirit is at work on you and me and all of us in many ways, relieving us of our old hearts that have become too hard to function properly. The God who can produce surplus bread and still storms is the God who can make new our primal organ of humanness. Who would have thought that out of stony hearts there might come peace? We confess that we are inured to chaos, O God. We are well accustomed to fear and scarcity, and so we do not easily discern your transformative power. Make our hardened hearts supple once again, so that we might be prepared to celebrate the Lord of abundance. Amen.